Hey, I was just checking out the Windows Admin Center, so I thought I'd make a quick little demo video of some of the cool things that I've discovered. So this is my Windows 10 machine, and it's you can install it on a Windows 10 system or a server system, but right now it's installed on my Windows 10 and it's web-based, so let me just go ahead and run it. It'll just open up a web browser and connect to the Windows Admin Center. So it's just by default it's running on port 6516. So, and it's managing the local host right now. So, but let me show you. I've got this virtual machine where I'm running server 2016, and here's the system. So that's the host name, but let me show you the actual IP address. So IP address is ends in 1.138. So let me add it to the Windows Admin Center. So I click Add, connection type. I'm going to do server. I'm going to add it by IP address. Takes a second. It says you can add the servers, but we can't confirm it's available. So I'm going to click Add. It's because I don't have any credentials on it right now. So if I click Connect, it's not going to work. But so I've got it. Let's see. Okay. All right. So I've got it checked. Click Manage As. Now if I enter in the credentials, I should be able to connect to it. Right now, this is my test box, so I'm just connecting as administrator. Okay, so that added it. I can either click it right here or click Connect, and it'll go into the overview of that system. See, here's this. The system shows us whatever you added there. If you added the host name, it'll show the host name there, but it shows the IP address. Okay, so the overview here on the left, you can see you can do a restart or shutdown, do a few things like you could from the system view maybe, and some basic performance stuff here, memory, Ethernet, etc. So that's kind of cool. That's like going to Task Manager over here in Remote Desktop. Let me show you. So a lot of the things that it does maybe are MMC things, but it does other things too. But like services, for example, you might think of that as an MMC thing. You can see the different services sorted by different things. Let's say I wanted to click into a service. I can't right-click. What I do is I select it and I select settings. Now this might be something similar to what you might see on the properties of a service if you right-clicked. Okay, so I've got general, log on, recovery. Another cool thing here is storage. This has some similar things like disk manager might, or a file server manager might. So you can see my volumes here. I've got C and D. My shares. I don't have any shares, but I could create new shares using this tool. But let me show you something cool. Now this would be really handy if you have server core, so no graphical interface on your server, which is the recommended way. Here's I've got this files. That's Windows Explorer essentially. So I can see the file system, which is pretty handy, you know. So let's show you over here. So I've got C and D. That's actually a ISO or a virtual DVD. Let me show you over here. So you see that's my VirtualBox guest editions, and you see CERT, NT3, and OS2. CERT, NT3, and OS2. So I could browse the file system that way, which would be pretty handy. So you got all these different tools here. Network will show some of the network statistics, which is pretty cool. PowerShell, that'll actually, if I click it, it'll prompt me for a password. And then once I enter that, if I did it right, okay, so I have a PowerShell. I mean, that could be useful. It's, you know, you could do that various other ways, but it just kind of aggregates everything all in the same window here. Let me show you one other thing. So so some cool things you can see here, like registry, that can be handy, scheduled tests, etc. But this is what I want to show you. So remote desktop. Okay, navigating away closes PowerShell. Yeah, let's close PowerShell. Okay, remote desktop. Let me try, see what happens. I don't think it's going to work. Okay, remote desktop connections are not allowed. Okay, so that's because it hasn't been enabled within the server. So you might say, okay, I need to go to the server. I need to come here to remote settings. It's on don't allow. I need to click allow. Okay, I'm going to cancel out of that. I don't want to do that. So right now it's on don't allow. So let's cancel out of that. So I don't have to do that. What I can do is from the Windows Admin Center, I can when I'm on this host, I can click settings. Okay, so we've got different settings here, like your environment variables and power config. Let's click on remote desktop. You'll see the same thing here. So don't allow. Let's click allow, and I'm just going to leave it just like that and click save. Okay, so it says succeeded over there. Well, let's check it over here. Look at that. It's on allow. Okay, so now you see I've got these windows set up like this, and that. Set that up. Okay. So now let's go back over here, and I did that because I'm going to connect to the remote desktop, and it's gonna. You'll see this session over here lock out because this one is going to connect into that session. So it's connecting now. You know, you verified the thumbprint. Click OK. Okay, now it didn't like those credentials. You get this message up here, but let me enter in my super secret password. And it should connect. Okay, see that over there? That locked. That's the console. That's the console of the virtual machine. So here is my RDP connection. You see these windows are up just like I left them. I could send a control alt delete like that, and I can do whatever I want here. You know, so that's it. Again, you can do these with different tools, but it just aggregates it all into one web-based tool. So that's RDP. So let me go ahead and disconnect. I think that is probably all I wanted to show you right now, but you get kind of a good feel for the things that this tool does, and it's extensible. So they're only going to expand and increase the things that it does. Oh, I wanted to show you here. So this is the Windows Admin Center Frequently Asked Questions, or the WAC FAQ. So let's see. This says, is the WAC a complete replacement for all traditional inbox and RSAT tools? No. Okay, so it's basically it says it doesn't completely replace all the traditional MMC tools. And here's what it does. A lot of things I've seen say that it is a good supplement, but you can see some of these things are MMC tools, as well as other things like File Explorer that there's no MMC tool for it, and then Registry Editor and PowerShell Console, etc. So it just aggregates all kinds of cool tools in a new way that's web-based. And so let's see, here's another thing here. So what version of Windows Server? So it says it's optimized for Server 2019, but it actually says Server 2012 and newer are fully supported, with limited functionality for Server 2008 R2. So you can manage your Server 2012, 2012 R2, 2016. The demo was 2016 that I just used this system. So it seems to work pretty good. The last thing I will touch on is that it says how much does it cost. WAC has no additional cost beyond Windows. So what you're paying for your Windows Server and workstation licenses now includes the Windows Admin Center. So it's kind of whack, yo. Thanks for watching.